Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Nick Aldis has been doing a wonderful job as an authority figure since taking charge of SmackDown. The show has been thriving under his leadership, and he would want to keep the momentum going. However, the blue brand has turned quite chaotic in recent weeks due to two former world champions. As a result, Aldis could take strict measures on the show tonight. The general manager might suspend Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre from SmackDown. The two stars attacked each other last week, igniting a chaotic brawl on the show. McIntyre and Priest may continue the same tonight, creating havoc all over backstage, leaving trails of destruction. This could leave Nick Aldis with no choice but to take a bold step against the two stars. Aldis might ban the Scottish Warrior and the Punisher from appearing on SmackDown for the next few weeks to prevent further chaos. This rivalry has transcended the heights of ferocity and is expected to lead to another match down the line. But Backlash is just a week away, and WWE has inadequate time to build their feud or to add another layer to it. By suspending the two stars in storyline, the company could easily push their rivalry beyond the upcoming PLE. Moreover, it could give the two former world champions a well-deserved break after their incredible rivalry on the road to WrestleMania. Once Backlash is in the rearview mirror, Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest can resume their feud. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre have been an integral part of SmackDown's mid-card division for the past few months. Therefore, to add a significant chapter to their story, WWE needs to put something at stake. And so, the company might decide to push the two stars into the United States title picture. Last week on SmackDown, the Scottish Warrior stepped up against the new United States champion, Shakeup. He expressed his desire to have the coveted title around his waist. Interestingly, Priest attacked McIntyre later on the show, indicating that he wants the title too. There is a high possibility that both superstars could approach Nick Aldis for a United States title opportunity following Backlash. Multi-person feuds for championships have always been quite fascinating to see, and Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest's addition could elevate the title picture significantly. Subhasish Deb is a writer for the WWE column at Sportskeeda, India's leading sports and esports platform. With 3 years of experience in sports journalism, he has been writing compelling stories and analyses, covering day-to-day aspects. His writing style is distinctive for its use of rhetorical devices, which allows him to elevate wrestling journalism beyond mere reporting. Deb has been an avid WWE and cricket fan since childhood and believes the blend of his love for sports and knowledge of writing led him to become a sports writer. Given his love and passion for this industry, he has worked for several top firms both as a seasoned writer and as an editor. Apart from penning engaging articles, Deb has also done scriptwriting for a few local short films and has directed and produced one of them. When the spotlight dims, he loves to escape into the world of web series and anime, indulging in the magic of storytelling. The WWE SmackDown roster has always walked a tightrope between greatness and chaos. But last Friday's explosive main event may have finally crossed a line, even by WWE standards. In the wake of a brutal brawl that left multiple superstars injured, property destroyed, and the live broadcast abruptly cut, General Manager Nick Aldis is now reportedly considering a bold move, suspending two former world champions involved in the mayhem. While WWE has yet to release an official statement, backstage chatter and sources close to Aldis suggest disciplinary action is imminent. The two superstars in question? None other than AJ Styles and Sheamus, both veterans, both former world champions, and both at the center of last week's SmackDown implosion. Let's break down what happened, why it matters, and whether Aldis will actually go through with suspending two of the blue brand's biggest names. The main event of last Friday's SmackDown was scheduled to be a tag match, AJ Styles and LA Knight versus Sheamus and Karrion Kross. It was billed as a high-stakes preview of a potential fatal four-way clash at the castle, with all four men eyeing a shot at the WWE Championship held by Cody Rhodes. What started as a standard contest quickly dissolved into a personal war. Midway through the match, Styles snapped. After being accidentally hit by LA Knight during a hot tag, Styles turned on his partner with a brutal Pele kick. This opened the floodgates. Sheamus, enraged by Cross refusing to tag in, brought a shillelagh into the ring and began swinging indiscriminately. Chairs flew. Announce tables collapsed. Cross choked out 2 referees. Security rushed the ring, but it was too late. By the end of the segment, Knight was unconscious. 2 referees were injured, and SmackDown had gone off the air with chaos reigning. Just moments after the broadcast ended, Nick Aldis was seen storming into gorilla position, visibly furious. According to backstage sources, Aldis yelled, "This isn't ECW in 1997. We run a show, not a war zone." Later that night, Aldis held an emergency meeting with WWE officials, including Paul Triple H Levesque and senior producers. Early Saturday morning, a cryptic post from the official WWE account read, "Following the events of #SmackDown, disciplinary action is being evaluated. Updates to follow." Sources now say that Aldis is pushing for a 1-month suspension for both AJ Styles and Sheamus, citing endangerment of officials, violation of match protocols, and undermining the integrity of the show. Let's look at the key factors at play. WWE's current landscape. SmackDown is in the midst of a major ratings war with Raw, especially following the return of CM Punk and Roman Reigns to Monday nights. Suspending 2 of the Blue brand's biggest draws would be a risky move, but it could also be a power play by Aldis to assert control. Character arcs and storyline integration. WWE has increasingly blended real-life consequences into storylines. Remember Brock Lesnar's storyline suspension in 2022? Or Ronda Rousey's kayfabe fines? If Aldis does suspend AJ and Sheamus, it could be worked into the larger arc, perhaps setting up a massive return match at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. Backstage reputation. AJ Styles is known for being a consummate professional backstage. Sheamus, too, is respected for his work ethic. This leans toward the possibility that the suspension would be storyline-based, not a real-life punishment. Fan reaction. The WWE universe erupted after SmackDown. Social media trended with #agending and #Shillelagh. While some fans praised the chaos, others expressed concern over the apparent lack of control. Aldis, in his GM role, could use the moment to reinforce authority, perhaps even introducing new rules or SmackDown codes of conduct. Estimated suspension likelihood. 80% storyline, 10% real, 10% no action. For AJ Styles, AJ's heel turn has been brewing for months, and this meltdown may have completed his transformation. A brief suspension could give WWE the time to repackage him as the ruthless lone wolf he's been hinting at in promos. When he returns, expect fireworks, maybe even a revenge feud with LA Knight. For Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior has been on the edge ever since his loss at WrestleMania. A suspension could serve to deepen his frustrated veteran storyline. Fans have been rallying behind Sheamus for one more run, and a disciplinary arc could build sympathy while keeping him in the title conversation. For SmackDown, Aldis suspending 2 top stars would instantly shake up the locker room. It could also pave the way for new contenders, perhaps Grayson Waller, Santos Escobar, or even a returning Big E to step into the spotlight. Here's where things get even more intriguing. Reports suggest that Nick Aldis recently had high-level talks with Judgment Day members about appearing on SmackDown. With Finn Balor and Damian Priest currently feuding with Cody Rhodes on Raw, a crossover could inject new life into the Blue brand. And with AJ Styles possibly suspended, that leaves a power vacuum, one that Judgment Day would be all too happy to fill. All eyes now turn to this week's SmackDown. WWE is teasing a State of the Show address by Nick Aldis to open the episode. Insiders believe he will publicly announce his disciplinary decision on air, and it could involve more than just suspensions. Expect fines, possible match cancellations, and perhaps even a new authority figure being brought in to assist Aldis. Rumors swirl about William Regal making a surprise return. WWE thrives on chaos, but it's controlled chaos. When even referees are getting choked out and tag matches dissolve into street fights, someone has to draw the line. Nick Aldis may not be the loudest GM WWE has ever had, but make no mistake, this could be his defining moment. Whether the suspensions become official or not, one thing is certain, SmackDown just got personal. And when veterans like AJ Styles and Sheamus are being pushed to the brink, some